Hello friends, I am N.T. Matre sir. Our today's topic is projection of solid. Then what is the solid? See here, solids have three dimensions, that is length, breadth and height. An object having the length, breadth and height is called solid. Then classification of solids. Solids are classified into two groups, that is polyhedra and solids of revolution. Then what is the polyhedra? When a solid is bounded by the plane figures, it is called as polyhedron. Then the next definition, regular polyhedron. When the faces are equal and regular polygon, the polyhedron is said to be regular polyhedron. Then what are the types of polyhedron? Polyhedron, prisms, pyramid, frustum of pyramid, cube and tetrahedron. Then in polyhedrons, what is prism? A prism is bounded by the rectangular faces having its end faces or base equal, similar and parallel to each other. Then there are the figures of the prisms. Then what is the polyhedra? Any solid having the side surfaces, any solid having the plane side surfaces is called polyhedra. Then what is the solids of revolutions? Any solid having the side surfaces curved or curved side surfaces is called solids of revolutions. Two types, main two types. And then in polyhedra, there are types prism, pyramid, frustum of pyramid, tetrahedron, hexahedron, whatever. Now, first of all, before drawing the projection of solid, we must remember what are the solids or what are the shapes of the solids. That must we kept in our mind. Without understanding the solids or figures of the solids or shapes of the solids, we can't draw the projection of solids. There are three types in projection of solid. Type 1, when axis of the solid is perpendicular to one reference plane. Type 2, when axis of the solid is inclined to one reference plane and parallel to other reference plane. And third type is when axis of the solid is inclined to both reference plane, that is inclined to both HP and VP. Before drawing projection, we must know what are the solids. In solids, first of all, we are going to observe or going to study about the prism. Then what is the prism or what is the triangular prism? First figure is of triangular prism. So see here, this is a triangular prism. Here it is a triangle and opposite side is also triangle. This is called base of the triangular prism. This is called top face of the triangular prism. Both are ends or bases of the triangular prism. Both equilateral triangles are joined by the rectangular surfaces. See here, this is a rectangular surface and rectangular surface. Three rectangular surfaces, two bases or ends and three longer edges, 1, 2 and 3. This line is called or this edge is called base edge of the prism. This one is also base edge, this one is also base edge. Means there are 6 base edges to triangular prism. 6 base edges, 3 of this base and 3 of this top end. Total 6 base edges. If we kept this prism like this, top face become a base and base become a top face. So these are the base edges. There are 6 corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 6 corners to this triangular prism. 3 longer edges, 6 corners, 6 base edges. And 3 rectangular surfaces or side surfaces. In many problem it is given that prism is resting on horizontal plane on one of its corner of base and longer edge passing through that corner is inclined to horizontal plane by 30 degree or 45 degree. Draw the projections when axis of the solid is parallel to VP. In that case, we must know what is the triangular prism, what is the longer edge, what are the base edges. We must know all the terms of that prism. After that, we can draw or we can project the views in elevation, plan and in side view. Okay. Now, what is the axis of the prism? Intersection of the medians. This is a base. This is a triangular base. This is a median and this one is also median. Intersection of median. There is a centroid point of this triangle or center of gravity point of the triangle. The line joining the center of the base and center of the top end and imaginary center line joining the base of this triangle or base of the triangular prism and top base of the triangular prism is called axis of the prism. Base of center of the triangle of the base and center of the triangle of top end This is called axis of the prism. Now all of you understand what is a triangular prism. Similarly, here it is a square prism. The base is square, top face is square, and side surfaces are rectangular surfaces. There are two base or ends, 8 base edges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 base edges, 4 longer edges, and these are all 4 rectangular surfaces. Line joining the center of this square and center of the top end is called axis of the square prism. Then here it is a pentagonal prism, then hexagonal prism. See the shape of the base of hexagonal prism. In prisms, all bases are in different shape, that is triangle, square, pentagon, hexagon and rectangle, and side surfaces are rectangle. Such a solid is called prism. Then after hexagon there is a rectangular prism. See here the rectangular prism, base is rectangle, top end is rectangle, and side surfaces are also rectangle. Base is rectangle, top end is rectangle, and all side surfaces are rectangles. This rectangular surface is called smaller rectangular surface because it is a small, and this rectangular surface is called larger rectangular surface because it is large in size. So I explain you there are 5 types of prisms, or main 5 types of prisms: triangular prism, square prism, pentagonal prism, hexagonal prism and a rectangular prism. And this line, see here all the terms are cleared in this view or in this isometric view. This is a base ABC. These 2 are the corners, or 1, 2, 3 are the corners of the triangular prism. This one is rectangular surface. This line is called longer edge. And line joining the base triangle and the top triangle, imaginary center line joining the center of the triangular base and triangular top end. Center of the triangular end is called axis of the prism, which is denoted by PQ. So here it is the axis. Then you can see the square prism, pentagonal, hexagonal and rectangular prism. I just explained about the prism. I will explain you about the pyramids, frustum of pyramids, then solids of revolutions. Before drawing the projection, we must know what is the prism, what is the pyramid, what is the frustum. Without understanding the shape of that object, we can't do the projection. So you just draw these prisms by freehand and try to remember how to draw the prism or what is the prism. Now we will move towards the pyramid. What is pyramid? Just see here the definition of the pyramid. A pyramid is bounded by the triangular faces having one end face, which is also called as a base, as a polygon, means base is a polygon, and other end with all triangular faces meeting at a point called apex or vertex. Now what is pyramid? See here, this is a triangular pyramid. Its base is triangle. The base of this solid is a triangle and side surfaces are also triangle. Base is a triangle and side surfaces are also triangle. And the point opposite to the base, this point is called vertex or apex. Apex or vertex. And this solid is called as a triangular pyramid. Very simple. And where the axis? We must know all the terms of the pyramid. See here, this is a base edge, 3 base edges, 3 longer edges or slant edges, 3 longer edges or slant edges. This one is a triangular face, 3 triangular faces, and this is a triangular base. There is a difference between triangular face and triangular base. This is the triangular base or equilateral triangular base, and these 3 are the triangular faces. So this one is triangular face, FACE, and this one is triangular base. Okay. Then next solid is square pyramid. The shape of the base is square, so it is called as a square pyramid. This is a base and opposite point, or this point is called apex or vertex, and the base and apex are joined by the triangular surfaces. Triangular surface, 4 triangular surfaces, 4 base edges, 4 longer edges or slant edges, 1 apex or vertex, 4 base corners and 1 axis. Where is the axis? intersection of the diagonal is the center of the square. Line joining the center of the square and apex is called axis of square pyramid. Similarly, line joining the center of the triangular base and apex is called axis of the triangular pyramid. Next solid is, or next pyramid is pentagonal pyramid. First triangle, second square pyramid, and third one is pentagonal pyramid. The base of this solid is a pentagon, side surfaces are triangle, and point opposite to the base is a single point, and this point is called apex or vertex, and this total solid is known as pentagonal pyramid. Now see the terms of the pentagonal pyramid. There are 5 base edges, 5 base corners, 5 longer edges or slant edges. These lines are called longer edges or slant edges, and this topmost point is called apex. This is a pentagonal pyramid. Similarly here, hexagonal pyramid, 6 triangular faces, 6 corners, 6 base edges, 1 apex or vertex, and line joining the center of the hexagon, and the apex is called axis of the hexagonal pyramid. Next pyramid is a rectangular pyramid. Here it is little difference in rectangular pyramid. First of all, see the terms. This one is shorter base edge because it is a short. This one is longer base edge. This one is shorter base edge, and this one is longer base edge. 2 shorter base edges and 2 longer base edges. 2 longer base edges. Okay. 4 corners, and these are 4 longer edges. This is a longer base edge, and this is a longer edge. Just see the difference between the longer base edge and longer edge. Okay, this point is apex and an axis. Line joining the center of the base of the rectangular pyramid and apex is called axis of the rectangular pyramid. Okay. Now you understood what are the prisms and what are the pyramids. Now what is the difference between the prism and pyramids? Here, this one is a square prism. Its base is square, top face is square. Means its elevation. Elevation means if you observe from this side, you will get a rectangle in front view, or you will get a rectangular shape, or you can see the rectangle shape. This is a square prism, and this one is a square pyramid. See the difference. Bases are same, but side surfaces are different. In prism, there are rectangular surfaces, and in pyramid, there are triangular surfaces. Okay. Now we will move towards the frustum of pyramid. Now our third type of solid is frustum of pyramid. See here, first of all, we saw the information about the prisms, then pyramid, and then third one is frustum of pyramid, and after that there is a cube and tetrahedron. Then what is the frustum? Here it is the definition of the frustum. When the pyramid is cut by a cutting plane parallel to its base, and if the top portion is removed, the remaining portion is called as the frustum of pyramid. What is given? When the pyramid is cut by a cutting plane, if any pyramid is cut by a cutting plane parallel to its base, then top portion is removed and the part which is related with base is called frustum of pyramid. See here it is a hexagonal pyramid. This is hexagonal pyramid. This is its apex or vertex. This is hexagonal base. Okay, and side surfaces are triangular surfaces, or side surfaces are triangles. Okay, this solid is called pyramid, and this is the base of pyramid. If this pyramid, shape of this pyramid is hexagonal, so it is a hexagonal pyramid. If this hexagonal pyramid is cut by parallel to its base by a cutting plane, it is cut by a cutting plane parallel to its base. Means, just imagine this is a hacksaw blade which is fitted to a hacksaw frame, and we started to cut this vertical pyramid in this way, that is parallel. So it is called, this is called horizontal cutting plane. Horizontal cutting plane. It is cut by the horizontal cutting plane, and cutting plane is parallel to the base of the pyramid. Then top part will be removed, and the part with base remains, then this total portion is called frustum of pyramid. Then see here, if this is a horizontal, this is a plane, and now its position is horizontal, so it is horizontal cutting plane. Now I am cutting this pyramid parallel to the base using this cutting plane. Now you can see, okay, you can see this is a pyramid, and this pyramid is cut by this horizontal cutting plane parallel to the base of the pyramid. Then top part will be removed. See here, I removed its top portion. Then part retaining with base or base of pyramid is called frustum. This portion, this part is called, or this solid is called frustum of hexagonal pyramid. See the shape of base, hexagon, top plane, small hexagon, joined by both hexagons are joined by the trapezoidal faces or by trapezium plane or trapezoidal plates. This object is called frustum of pyramid, or this is the shape of the base is hexagon, so it is a frustum of hexagonal pyramid. Now one by one we will see the frustums. This is a triangular pyramid. Top point is apex or vertex, base shape is triangle, and side surfaces are also triangle. This pyramid is cut by the horizontal cutting plane parallel to the base of the pyramid. Then rest of part, top part is removed. The rest of portion or remaining part or remaining portion is called frustum of triangular pyramid. Base is a larger triangle, smaller triangle. These are the base corners. These are the top plane corners, longer edge, longer edge, longer edge, and axis of the frustum. What is the axis of the frustum? Line joining the center of the base triangle and top triangle. Line joining the center of the base triangle and top triangle is called axis of the frustum of triangular pyramid. Understood? Okay. Then next frustum is frustum of square pyramid. See, base shape is square, side surfaces are triangle, top point is apex or vertex. It is a square pyramid, and this one is frustum of square pyramid. Square pyramid is cut parallel to the base of the pyramid. Then top part or part with apex will be removed, and the rest of portion is called frustum of square pyramid. And what is the axis of frustum of pyramid? Line joining the center of this square and this square is called axis of the pyramid. Axis of this square pyramid. These four are the longer edges, four are trapezoidal faces, side surfaces are in the shape of trapezium, so it is called as trapezoidal faces. Base is square, top face is also square. Then next one is, this is a pentagonal pyramid cut by a horizontal cutting plane parallel to the base of pentagon or pentagonal base. Then rest of part will called the frustum of pentagonal pyramid. See here, this is a frustum of pentagonal pyramid. Similarly, frustum of hexagonal pyramid, and then last one is frustum of rectangular pyramid. This one is a frustum of rectangular pyramid. This is a pyramid, and this one is a frustum of rectangular pyramid. There are two more new terms in the frustum of rectangular pyramid. See here, its base is rectangle, top end is also rectangle, small rectangle, large rectangle, because it is its shape is large, so it is called large rectangle. And this one is a in a shape it is a very small, so it is a smaller rectangle. Okay, and joined by the trapezoidal faces, but there is a little difference. See here, this is a larger trapezoidal face because its shape is large, and this one is smaller trapezoidal face. And where is the axis? Line joining the center of the base of square rectangle and top rectangle is called axis of the rectangular pyramid. Okay, now you understood difference between the prism. Prism means rectangle, then pyramid, triangle, and then frustum. The shape of the frustum or elevation or front view of the any frustum should be trapezium. See, in this way or in this way. See here, this one is hexagonal frustum. You can see from here, whenever you observe from this side, you will get shape like this, and this is almost like a, or exact like a trapezium. Okay. Elevation of normal prism, rectangle, then pyramid, triangle, and then frustum, trapezium. Now there are next two solids, cube and tetrahedron. Now our next solid is cube. Let's see the definition of cube. When length, breadth, and height of a square prism are equal, the solid is said to be a cube. A cube has 6 equal square faces It is also known as hexahedron. It is also known as hexahedron. See here, this one is a square prism. This is the height of the square prism. This is the base edge or length of the square prism, and this one is breadth or width. What is given in the definition? When length, breadth and height of a square prism are equal, the solid is said to be a cube. Means when the height is equal to the base edge, it is said to be a cube. See here, this one is square prism and this one is a cube. Height, length and breadth are same. It has 6 equal square faces. Square face number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Here there are 6 equal square faces, so it is called as a hexahedron. Now this one is the axis of the cube. Where is the axis of the cube? Intersection of the diagonals of top square face, means the center of the top square face and center of the base. The line joining the center of the top face and the base is called as axis of cube. Axis height of the cube is equal to side of the cube. Means if it is 40 millimeter, then this one is also 40 millimeter. Now what is face diagonal? Line joining the corners of the face, see here, is called face diagonal. This one is a face diagonal, face diagonal. And what is the solid diagonal of the cube? The line joining the corner of the base and opposite corner of the top face. Corner of the base, this one is the base, corner of the base to the line joining the opposite corner, diagonally opposite corner of the top face, means this one. This is called solid diagonal of the cube. Okay. Our next solid is tetrahedron. Let's see the definition of tetrahedron. It is an equilateral triangular pyramid which is bounded by 4 equilateral triangular faces. All the edges of the base and the slant edges are equal. See here, this one is the triangular pyramid and this one is the tetrahedron. There is a difference. This one is a triangular pyramid and these 3 are the base edges of the triangular pyramid and this one is the axis of the triangular pyramid. So this is called triangular pyramid, and a height of the triangular pyramid is always more than the length of base edges. And what is tetrahedron? It is also a triangular pyramid, but it is an equilateral triangular pyramid. It has 4 equilateral triangular faces. Triangular face number 1, 2, 3 and 4. And these are the corners. 1, 2, 3 are the base corners and this one is the apex of the tetrahedron. It is depends on its position. If we put it like this, then this one is the apex of the tetrahedron and these are 1, 2, 3. 3 are the base corners of the tetrahedron. Then where is the axis of tetrahedron? Line joining the center of base and apex. This one is apex or top corner. Apex is called axis of tetrahedron. So why it is called tetrahedron? Because it has 4 equilateral triangular faces, so it is called as a tetrahedron or equilateral triangular pyramid. Now in a tetrahedron, many times in questions or in examples, height is not given. So how to find the height of tetrahedron? See here, how to find the height of tetrahedron. For finding the height of tetrahedron, first of all, draw XY reference line. Then draw an equilateral triangle of given side. The side of the tetrahedron is given 70 millimeter. Then draw an equilateral triangle like this of 70 mm. Then find the center of, I already noted it by A, B and C. Find the center of AB and join this point with C, means draw a median or perpendicular bisector. Similarly, find the center of B and C and join this point with A. This one is also median of triangle. And where these two medians intersect, from this point draw a vertical center line. This one is a plan or top view of tetrahedron in this position. This is the position of tetrahedron. While observing from top side, we will get an equilateral triangle having three lines, 1, 2, and 3 inside it, 1, 2, and 3. And this one if you observe from this side, you will get the elevation or front view of the tetrahedron on blackboard. Now this side is parallel to blackboard. This side, which is noted by O dash C dash, O dash C dash is parallel to blackboard. So for finding the height of tetrahedron, always do one slant height or one base edge or one longer edge, all are equal. In case of tetrahedron, do it parallel to vertical plane or do it parallel to blackboard. Okay. Now how to find the height of tetrahedron? Then where these medians intersect, from this point draw a vertical center line. Then take the projections, means draw two vertical faint lines. From corner C, I drawn a vertical faint line. Where this vertical faint line intersect to XY line, where this vertical faint line intersect to XY, this one is X and Y, XY reference line. From that point, take distance equal to side of the tetrahedron in the compass. Take distance equal to side of the tetrahedron in the compass. Put the steel end on C dash and mark an arc on the center line or axis. What did I say? Take distance equal to base edge in the compass. Put the steel end of the compass on C dash and then draw an arc intersecting to vertical center line which comes from OP. After drawing an arc, join this point with A dash B dash and join this point O dash with C dash. This one is the slant height or base edge of tetrahedron, because slant height is equal to base edge. We can also calculate the height of tetrahedron multiplying to side by 0.816. Now these are the two solids. One I explained about cube and then about tetrahedron. Now you have got sufficient information about solids. Thank you.